Welcome to Study Loop.
In this question, we are given two reactions shown at the top of the screen here, and their equilibrium constants, and we're asked to compute the equilibrium constant of the bottom reaction. To do this, we have to take the equations we're given and try to find a way to make them add up to the bottom equation. We'll notice, for example, on the left, that H2 is in the reactants of our first equation and the one we want, and that water is in the products. So we're going to leave the first equation as written. When we look at the second equation, we see that CO2 is a product here but needs to be a reactant here. So let's try flipping the second equation and adding it to the first and seeing if that gets us what we want. So we're going to rewrite the second equation. Cobalt plus carbon dioxide in equilibrium with cobalt oxide and carbon monoxide. When we do this, we see that the cobalt cancels. We also see that the cobalt oxide cancels. And we end up with H2 and CO2 as reactants. And that gives us CO and H2O as products. So we added the first two reactions together to get the bottom one. To calculate the equilibrium constant, we'll use the equilibrium constants of the first two reactions. The first one we left alone, so we're simply going to use Kc1 as is. The second reaction we flipped, so even though we need to multiply the equilibrium constants together to get our new one, since we flipped the second reaction, we actually have to take 1 over Kc2. We'll now use the numbers that the problem gave us. And that comes out to be 0.14.